field because my status made it for me to apply for an engineering job. You have no idea how many times I cried, frustration, depression, and hopeless. I came from working as a professional to taking any job that I could find to support my family. For quite some time, I was making $4 to $5 an hour. I worked at the airport cleaning bathroom, cleaning floor, in factories, in the production line, as a maid, as a housekeeper, a cook, a babysitter, raising somebody else, some people's kids, instead of mine. It was a painful choice to have to make. Every job I took has nothing to do with my degree. This is something that many people face in Michigan, not only undocumented immigrants. Low wages, unemployment rates are a huge problem in Michigan, especially in the city of Detroit. The majority of recent immigrants in America live in the lowest income communities. Communities like Baltimore, Detroit, and Flint. Places that have suffered from decades of lack of investment and discrimination. Now, Senator Sanders, my question to you is, will you, Senator Sanders, commit a big enough investment need to reduce the unemployment rate at least 50% to the poorest places in America? Thank you so much.
So thanks very much for that important question. Are we better off today economically than when George W. Bush left office? The answer is absolutely. Are we anywhere near where we have to be? No, we are not. Every month, the government publishes, and you see on the front pages of the papers, an unemployment statistic. Recently, it is 5%. How many people here really believe that unemployment in America is 5%? No. Anyway, it is virtually double that if you include people who are working part-time and people who have given up looking for work. Youth unemployment, as I mentioned a moment ago, off the charts. African American youth unemployment and underemployment, 51%. I believe that when you have millions of people unemployed and underemployed, it is the responsibility of the federal government to create millions of jobs. And this is what we have proposed. This is what we have proposed. And it's interesting, you're an engineer. Yes, and this relates to this, all right? You all know that in America, our infrastructure, roads, bridges, water systems, wastewater plants, airports, rail system, falling further and further behind. We need to invest trillions of dollars. We have legislation to invest $1 trillion. Rebuilding our infrastructure over a 5-year period creates 13 million decent paying jobs. How's that? All right, number 2, youth unemployment. One of the scandals, one of the disgraces that our country faces is we have more people in jail than any other country. You all know that? And it is related to unemployment issues. So as I said a moment ago, this president will put money into education and jobs, not jails and incarceration. And in fact, I worked with Congressman John Conyers, I don't know if you know John, from Michigan, on a $5 billion youth employment program. In my view, to answer Priscilla's very good question, we have a desperate need to create millions of decent paying jobs in this country. And the truth is, there is an enormous amount of work to be done. We need not to be firing teachers, we need to be hiring teachers. So when we deal with the tragic crisis of climate change and the need to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel and move toward energy efficiency and sustainable energy, we can create all types of jobs, creating a green, sustainable economy. So, one of the concerns that I have had is we do not talk enough about the decline of the middle class, low wages, and the need to create millions of jobs. So on the same day that we talk about comprehensive immigration reform, we will also talk about a massive federal jobs program to put our people back to work at decent wages.